Introduce Orel and TAKEMAN. Let's hear from them before they take the stage.
Hello, I'm Orel Daniel from Israel. I'm representing Asia West in the Manchester United final.
私はマンチェスターユナイテッドファイナルに出場する日本代表のタケマンです。東アジア・オセアニアの決勝を勝ち抜いて参加させていただきます。
That's a big honor for me to be in this historic stadium and wear the jersey of this great club.
今日はこのような歴史のあるスタジアムオールドトラフォードで世界のトップクラスの選手たちと一緒にeFootballをできることをとても楽しみにしてますし光栄に思います。
I always had a dream to visit Tokyo and I think to do it as a world finalist it will be an amazing experience.
自分は日本の代表として今日ここに来ているので、開催国である日本でぜひ参加してみんなを盛り上げていきたいと思います。
About my play style, I like to play very, very quick and put a lot of pressure on my opponents.
僕はとにかくハイプレスで守備をして、ショートカウンターで攻める戦い方が好きです。
It will be very difficult, but I will try to get the ticket for Tokyo.
もし優勝したら、マンチェスターユナイテッドメガショップでいっぱいグッズを買って自分を祝いたいです。
TAKEMAN there saying that he'll celebrate by hitting the club mega shop here at Old Trafford. That is a very interesting tell of his mentality. It certainly is a little bit of a different slant of how he would celebrate on his own, but it's good to see TAKEMAN making his first appearance on the live stream here today. In terms of performances, he's going to need one against the man on your screen here, Orel Daniel. Of course, a little bit of styles clash between these two. Orel, of course, from Israel, TAKEMAN from Japan, and again, you know, we saw a little bit over TAKEMAN's shoulder in the practice room earlier in terms of some of the people he was playing against. A shout out to Takaki, who he was having against some
finalists, world finalists.
Some other finalists. So it's good to see. We talk a lot about players and about the differences between when you're on a console playing one another versus when you're at home and preparing. It's good to see that, you know, as a community, eFootball players will kind of support one another up until the point that they're playing one another.
Completely. I mean, that's the good thing of eFootball. Like, obviously, there's always rivalry, but the obviously the friendly between the community of the same country or globally are so high, and that's the best. Obviously, these kind of events are surely list of just 4 players, so it's quite difficult to have someone in common to practice against. Obviously, in the World Finals, where biggest a number of players, is way more easy to practice against your opponents. Anyway, I think it's a fantastic spot for those two players, especially for Orel. After winning the first game, he's in a completely clearly spot that if he wins this game, goes through the grand final. On the other hand, TAKEMAN, which seeing how he was playing the practice and seeing how Lautaro was playing, are the two more difficult opponents to play against, and not just because of the level, it's because the way they play. Kind of, we as a player, we always look to make the face-to-face going forward against another to see who is the faster, who is the more skilled player. But when you play against TAKEMAN or Lautaro, they are not looking for the same thing as you, so it makes you think that much, or it makes you forbid a little bit how to play. And we see they are clearly have the chances to go through the grand final, and it will be a really interesting game now.
Yeah, it can certainly change your perspective, as we said, about cultures and about play styles and about having different ideas of how to execute within eFootball. This kind of brings it home a little bit, because you said in terms of TAKEMAN, Lautaro, again, they're not exactly small nations, are Argentina and Japan, but their communities and their play styles are very distinctive.
Yes,
in terms of the way that they like to play.
Obviously, Japan is from every time really famous for being one of the best communities in terms of tactically. They really understand a lot of the meta, the gameplay, and they used to take advantage from formation. For example, players in Brazil, France, they just go to take advantage from skill, to be the faster, to be the more skilled players. And for example, Lautaro, maybe it's because he's an all-experienced player characteristic. He's like adapting his game style to taking advantage from formation instead of skill. But anyway, when he had the time, we have the chance to make the score, he had the skill to make it possible. So he's a really complete player. TAKEMAN, really new player in this kind of stage, but he drew against Mestre, so he proved he is able to make big things today. And Aurel is always a fantastic player to watch, and kind of Mestre style, 1-2 passes, quick passes, double touch, stunning shot. We'll see if he's able to find some spaces behind the wall that TAKEMAN will put him against him today.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it will just be a case of what play style wins out. Is it the fire or is it the ice? Which one is it that is the prevail, or the one to prevail here today? Because again, looking at how they're setting up, of course, we're waiting for them just to make sure that they've got everything they need and making sure that they'll have their eyes set on those two trophies that are on your screen right now. Or at least one of them.
They're so beautiful.
At least one of them.
They are so beautiful. I mean, when you are next to them, guys, you want to touch it, you want to bring it home. But you know, this is only for the players, and we'll have ones coming soon later. We'll see. I mean, I think the big challenge for players as Aurel, Mestre is how to play your 4-3-3 common formation with out wide of Ten Hag, which is, you know, the positioning of your players, it goes to a different role, a different position, that it makes you difficulties to connect your players with quick passes.
Yeah, because
and TAKEMAN and Lautaro, they play comfortable.
Yeah, but that's because it's seemingly at the moment they're playing to the heart of the tactic. So the tactic, again, traditionally the most effective tactic available, or the meta as what people would like to refer as, it's normally a very narrow 4-3-3. Without wide though, that pushes those wing or extra forwards out wide looking for crosses. So it kind of doesn't really allow you to combine your players in the same way that it would if you're playing quick counter, if you're playing possession.
It's like they are looking to quick counter, but with out wide. So
you'll see. You can see it here. Is that it's although that formation is there. I mean, you can see Aurel though on the left hand side.
It's like
actually got a winger.
TAKEMAN with.
TAKEMAN's gone with two second strikers or shadow strikers.
I think it's TAKEMAN with right forward. I guess.
No. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no.
It's TAKEMAN with right forward because it's Aurel checking the opponent formation.
You see, folks, that's what it is. That's why we have experts here. They're able to spot things that I can't.
And,
but you're quite right.
It's fun. Yes, I want to analyze that Aurel is playing AMF Eriksen, which is box to box. When he uses AMF, the card of box to box disappear. So he wants to have in that role because he wants to have it around that spot, not because he's so technical, so good for shoots. So we'll see. Here we go.
Let's get ourselves comfortable for this one, folks. It's going to be Aurel from left to right in the red, and TAKEMAN from right to left in the changed strip. Anthony looking to
the role advance. Of Anthony will be the key for TAKEMAN to gain some space, to force the defenders of Aurel to run out of position.
Here's Hoyland back. It's given away to Rashford, and McTominay looking to break through here.
Speed is not enough.
Speed is not there for
him.
McTominay.
Yes.
And there's Rashford. Rashford takes the turn. Oh, and it's hit the stanchion behind the goal. It had the sound. It looked like it had gone in, and instead it whistles past the post.
The nerve to be in the stage with, 1-2 consecutive mistakes from Aurel.
Oh, the goalkeeper had that covered. The goalkeeper had that covered because that manual goalkeeper was all the way over. But it's early alarm bells ringing there for Aurel.
Yeah, it's clearly the idea of TAKEMAN to trying to win some header with McTominay. McTominay, player of the week. Fox in the box. And then I guess Holland for the second half.
Ball given away there. Mount tries to deliver it forward. It's broken kindly here to Anthony. Anthony, neat footwork from Anthony. It's cleared away again.
But with, I think the left back from United from Aurel is going forward every time when TAKEMAN is having a right forward. So I think it could be difficult to defend him. We'll see.
Could be. This is why we are sat here, my friend, watching these games, because they are full of intrigue.
Yeah,
Here's Mason Mount out onto the right-hand side.
Anthony, with this formation of TAKEMAN.
Anthony drills it into the box. Maguire hooks it clear. Only as far as Eriksen. Rashford looking down for McTominay.
Oh, yes.
Bit of a missed input there. And out it goes.
He's feeling that at the beginning the formation of TAKEMAN is is an advantage, or maybe he's uncomfortable with the controller.
As we say so often between myself and Harry when we commentate these games, is before you even click start, you just need to make sure that you've got all your settings in the right place, because again, it can just almost rattle you and take you out of focus if you have to go in and after 12 minutes figure out what your buttons are.
I think the formation of TAKEMAN is really interesting when you don't want to make the face-to-face against your opponent, because with that formation you make sure to gain some space by the wing of Anthony. So we'll see if he can approach it or not. Look at that. Anthony's always receive the ball alone, and he's trying to Lisandro going out of position and then win the space behind. Look at that. He
Great
made it possible.
ball there, back to Mason Mount, in towards
nice.
Scott McTominay. McTominay trying to get the wrong side of Maguire. It's a corner ball.
Acceleration.
I've noticed a lot through my time within esports and covering Japanese players in particular. Getting a right winger completely all alone is a staple that seemingly follows them all. As a ball goes into the box, looking for McTominay, in towards Rashford, cleared away. Only size Casemiro, here's McTominay again, but Maguire clears it. But of Japanese players, they love to have like wingers that just get left alone because it's an out ball. It allows you that progression down the
last
pitch.
year in the World Final was clinical to becoming world champion in Tokyo last year with wings, so they know this game style so well.
There's Amrabat forward towards Rashford. Morel now trying to build. Back to Amrabat. Casemiro intercepts it. A bit of aggression there. In towards McTominay. Marcus Rashford takes it round for round. Rashford, can he score? Yes, he can! And TAKEMAN takes the lead.
He's surpassing him so well. I think Corel is every time with one eye on top to Anthony, and it's like forgetting to defend the middle by. Yeah, I don't know. What's surprisingly good?
It's like a feint in boxing. It's trying to check the jab, and then the right hook comes around.
And then he never uses it, no? Just to disturb,
it's
right?
just to annoy, is what it is. But great composure there from TAKEMAN.
And he learned from the first missed chance, and he shot to the wrong.
It was that
place.
aggression there in that part, that win back by Casemiro, and then the really direct ball to McTominay, and then the sweet move to take it around Varane. As you said, you've got to stay away from Varane, stay away from Casemiro. And look at that fist pump, and then some.
Yeah, because making through, the feeling that he was going better and better than his opponent, you have to make it through with a goal. He made it possible. Look at
straight
that
away. Goal.
Great response.
On potentially.
Ooh, the rebound.
Rebound was there, but it was cleared away. And TAKEMAN, as the old saying goes, you're at your most vulnerable once you score, because you kind of just get a bit relaxed. You've got to keep your wits about you. It's a good save there from Onana.
Christian Eriksen, what a player. What a player. We'll see. Now the corner kick. TAKEMAN used to make it so nice to win the header with the pass. And I think maybe he only have Holland, so maybe it's not the same as McTominay.
Hoyland trying to flick it down. It towards Rashford. Ricocheted away. Lindelof will clear that one. 25 in-game minutes gone here. TAKEMAN still with a one-goal lead.
Full blue defending.
Would you blame him at this point?
Well, I don't know. I think they both know what to do. Like Aurel has to push a little bit more and try to be more conservative in defense, and not to really worry that much about Anthony. And on the other hand, TAKEMAN have the game on his hand right now.
Yeah, because it seemingly is the case that because Anthony drifts out wide, and once you take that left dribble, it's almost as though that Mason Mount naturally drifts into that spot where Anthony would progress. So reality, you actually end up with 4 players going forward, not just 3.
No, yeah, for sure. He's losing Lisandro, he's losing over position Amrabat, many players. So then it's a deficit for the rest of the game.
Casemiro intercepts it once more. McTominay is
pushing from that side. He's pushing.
Anthony Rashford takes it back, only just ricochets. It looked as though it was for Mason Mount, but maybe bit of a miscommunication
with a man marking to Anthony. But it's not really necessary sometimes, but sometimes yes, if you are really struggling like right now.
Yeah, Casemiro driving forward once more, the Brazilian.
Casemiro.
Good work from Casemiro. Finds Mason Mount. Mason Mount trying to just get away from Anthony.
But this is why he's just playing from the right side. He have no players to connect with. He's like, that's why he's going every time with Anthony, because when he creates by the left side,
he hasn't got the same. He hasn't got the same game plan makeup.
Exactly. It's like you risk your left side, your left wing, to have superiority in the right side. This is something mentally how he faced this game.
Ericsson, Amrabat,
Oh, it's a
into
good one.
Hoyland. Great
Varane.
defensive work there by Varane.
Avoid
Amrabat.
Varane and Casemiro. That's the key point.
Anthony, Hoyland,
Oh,
back to
nice.
Anthony, back to Hoyland! One more!
Nice move. Dribbled 1-2 passes. Takeman decided to go to defending instead to wait a little bit 1-2 meters behind. And when you go like this, there's no time to reaction to go back. Great move.
Yeah, great work there by Orel. Again, that 1-2 combination passing between, I think it was Anthony and Hoyland.
It seems easy with that, but it's all about decision. You need to decide as a defender to go to the challenge or wait behind. He went to the challenge quite late, so easy peasy.
And the problem is once you
Orel.
commit to that, once you commit to it, the problem is that you know you've played your card then, and as a result, Hoyland is free in the box.
Orel is especially for this kind of passes. So yeah, if you didn't knew it, you know now he's able to make it so cool. Anyway, still open the game.
Still very much there for both of these two players.
But with reaction overall, I think Orel keeps
Certainly not happy with his
some
controller.
doubts about the cursor. And the best way right now, Weta, is to restart from zero the controller.
Yep.
And you set up by yourself everything. So there is no, because if some player has played before, they'll look at that he's playing Pass Super level 1, which is the main one between level 1 and level 2. The level 1 is the more automatic. Instead of passes, you need not to really need to worry about the strength of the passes shots. But especially for me, the level 2 is the one that could make you change a little bit the angle of the passes and the effects. It could make you more difficulties for the opponent. But you know, when you have some laggy games online at home, maybe level 1 could help a little bit. No, but this is not the case right now.
No, it's not. It certainly is not seemingly happy with whatever is going on with his controller settings.
We'll see. It's like another game right now. 1-1. You have here another image.
Here we go.
Playing. All right.
We are back in and involved here. 41 in-game minutes gone here. Martinez forward
It
to
seems
Rashford.
Aurel has learned a little bit how to defend the wings a little bit, but we'll see. Because the stronger point of TAKEMAN. Look at that.
Anthony, bit of trickery from the Brazilian. Can't get past Rafael.
You know, that's the
Varane.
difference, because it's Varane. If it's Lisandro, it's not that easy to defend it.
Anthony making a bit of a nuisance of himself there. He's taking a couple of defenders' attention.
Great
Christian
ball.
Eriksen, Rashford, Mount across the way looking for McTominay, but it's cleared away.
It looks like TAKEMAN is not risking to go through turning, and he preferred to go through by passes. So it's quite difficult. You need to have a great space, a great gap to make it possible.
There is half time in a very enthralling game between these two.
Quite
1-1 at the half.
With Orel was not really comfortable into the game. Practically weren't creating chances, and he scored his chance. And TAKEMAN was pushing, and right now halftime, just 1-1 when you were better. So mentally, how you face this second half when you were feeling better and better?
There's so many different ways of looking at this, folks.
I don't know why he's changing once again in terms of, because he's just changing the basic controllers. Oh, he's doing what I was saying before. Start from beginning and make it all possible. Well, it's sometimes, yeah, it's a pity not to have your favorite controller put in, but he should have been managing this before in the game.
Absolutely.
Right now it's not the right moment.
Certainly, you're kind of almost kind of showing your hand a little bit here. To say
but people at home can understand how the players play right now in terms of controllers, so it's also useful for the user at home.
It's useful for those at home, but for us in the arena here, we are very much a case of not quite sure as to why it's happening in the way that it has, as Anthony tries to get forward and he wins a free kick.
You know, Weta, when you go to an offline tournament, I used to have in photographs my controller settings, my formation, my tactics,
you. I remember those photos.
Then you ride to the stage and you forget everything. It's like, oh, my controller, what it was? Pass loop level 1, level 2?
TAKEMAN with a free kick here.
Oh!
And he drilled it into the box. It's cleared away.
Those situations are crazy, eh?
Very much are, because the
so
ball could
difficult
just
to
go
defend.
anywhere.
Sometimes you need lucky. That's it.
TAKEMAN looking to retake the lead here
look at the groups right now
You can
with
see
this
there.
result.
Almost in perfect sequence at the top of your screen there from console. That's if it stays as it is. And strangely, I think a draw would actually probably be of more benefit to potentially of Mestre more than anybody, because it still keeps his hopes alive really here and puts a few more players into jeopardy. Here's Scott McTominay. Wan-Bissaka clears it away. Casemiro blocked away by Ericsson. Mount in towards Rashford. McTominay back to Rashford.
There's no really space.
Casemiro,
Red
good
ball. This is a
long
good
ball
one.
there. Rashford, Amrabat, it's cleared again. But you can see that the cogs are turning here for TAKEMAN. You can see that the aerial ball is the one to help, because sometimes playing ground balls against a physically dominant team,
Oh,
you
what
don't
a
really
mistake.
have an opportunity. But
The
Rashford in
prediction
towards
was
Højlund.
really
Højlund
wrong.
onside. Højlund goes to the strike and pushes it wide of the post.
He was, I believe, already running, and obviously left foot positioning, going to the farthest post isn't the best one. Maybe one step more makes him enough to score that chance. Well, with this true Aurel, every time he's going there to the box, he have clearly ideas how to finish his chances. TAKEMAN was taking really big risk going forward with the defender.
You see that back onto the game plan screens.
All right, let's see. Aurel is trying to use someone left forward, try to open his attack a little bit. Simple substitution for TAKEMAN. Martial going in. Manchester United club selection Garnacho for Aurel, Mason Mount, and McTominay. Let's see, it's a really important part of the tournament for both players, because one goal can change everything in the table and on his chances in this tournament.
Yeah, 56 in-game minutes on the clock here. Substitutions are plenty, and there's a slight error, but it's recovered by Martinez.
We'll see the replay again. All right, keep going. 30 minutes left. Everything's possible. Mainly TAKEMAN likes to have the rhythm of the game and the control, but this makes him having some mistakes.
Fernandez
like
to Anthony. Yeah, you're quite right, is that this is a very enthralling game between these two, and it's just going to be a case of whose error who benefits from the error, because there's going to be an error here somewhere. It's just a case of who benefits from it. McTominay forward towards Garnacho, back to McTominay, cleared away by Casemiro, back towards Mount though. Højlund in towards McTominay. McTominay looking across to Rashford, and Ericsson clears it once more. It's still though coming back the other way. McTominay and Aurel trying to find a way through TAKEMAN's defence. Casemiro plays it forward, finds Marcus Rashford.
But there is no people for him, for TAKEMAN. TAKEMAN, when he goes to the left wing, he has to restart. It's okay, he have the ball there, but you need to think, okay, there's a space there, but what's next? You need to think every time 2 passes ahead than the next one, because if not, as you see, you lose the ball.
Yeah, it's really
so mentally you
breaking
need to
down
prepare the next
here.
step, prepare the next step before.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You've got to think 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. At the moment, though, I don't think either player are thinking past the next button press at this point in time. Here's Mason Mount in towards Højlund.
Højlund,
Just
first
wide
time
of the
shot,
post.
was nice. First time shot of Højlund, right foot. He has everything with the player of the week to score that chance.
You see it break to him again kindly here. Just whistle past the post.
Sometimes it's the right choice, like the boost to choose with the right player in the right foot with the card first time shot is the enough boost to score the goal. So sometimes if you guys play at home, use it, because it's a really nice moment. Not to control. If he is able to score on the first touch, do it. Look at this. TAKEMAN is looking that he preferred to attack. He will change the position from the right to the left side. That's interesting. Maybe he's finding more space. Like say, all right, let's push from the other side. And I think it's a really smart
It's fresh legs of Garnacho that's coming on. So again, if you're going to kind of invert your formation and change it around, you can't exactly put Garnacho on the right hand side. You've got to get the best out of him on the left. So certainly see if that is a change in
And if you don't realize, from the opponent's perspective, you don't find that he will have a lot of players now from the left side, no? So it will be interesting.
And by the time you've realised it potentially could be too late as Varane goes to clear this one away. You've got 15 in-game minutes left here. Mason Mount blocked off, and you can see quite rightly, as you said,
yeah, there's many
more players on that left-hand side.
Yeah.
Martial in towards Rashford. Rashford tries to take the knock away.
The long shot.
Martial trying again, and Lindelof will clear it this time. Rashford, McTominay towards Rashford again. Rashford has players over.
No
one of them
there.
is McTominay. The next one's Højlund!
Oh,
2 goals to 1! There is no flag!
Oh man, that's fantastic. I think, I don't know why. TAKEMAN was really relaxed in terms of defending. He was not rushing with the cursor. He was just going down a little bit. But it was clearly the spot from the beginning. So even I believe Orel was able to send the ball to Haaland way more before, no? So great move, turn to the left with the wrong foot, but Haaland inside the box.
Yeah, you see it again here. Rashford plays it into McTominay. And it's such an open one-touch pass there. And again, still had a little bit of work to do there because he could have easily been caught there by Lindelof.
Yeah.
Instead, finds the corner of the net.
Yeah,
and it's
he should have go with Lindelof instead of Dalot, and he makes the space. But anyway, great move at the end. You have to make the turn. Look at that, great result for him right now. He puts him into the final, but we'll see. Still time. TAKEMAN have his something to say. I'm completely sure.
There's still maths and there's still time for us to figure out who is going to be there in the console grand final.
Substitution, we'll see. Orel will try to defend the result, going back a little bit with instead of left forward, left wing for Garnacho. Try to change from 4-3-3 to 4-2-2. Counter target, we see. That's the most common normally, guys, to use defensive on your DMF, defensive on your right back or your left back. It depends. The ones normally on console, it's common to use 3 central backs, and when one right back or left back. On mobile, maybe you can use both. It's fine. But that's the differences between mobile and console, which are mainly on tactics, because the gameplay you can do practically the same.
Still time here though for TAKEMAN to potentially find a ball through the middle. He looked for Martial.
This is not over.
Cleared away. Rashford to Mount. Good back heel there. Finds McTominay. Højlund and McTominay trying to combine. Finds Garnacho. Casemiro. McTominay. Mount. Orel just trying to keep the ball here. Finds it in towards Højlund. Højlund with the strike. Just goes wide of the post.
He seems really comfortable with Haaland. Like, he don't doubt. When he have a little bit of space, boom, he practically try the shot. And it seems TAKEMAN suffering when someone is controlling the ball and trying to turn. Like, he don't really like it at all, TAKEMAN, to be in that position, in defensive position. I mean.
Not one left here between these two. 83 in-game minutes gone here.
In full defensive right now.
Certainly trying to see this game home is Orel.
He's trying to avoid mistakes. Maybe a little bit anxious in defense, Orel, but we'll see. Still positive result for him.
Garnacho with the header down and cleared away. And now we'll see that level of gamesmanship and professionalism that we see not only in the real world, we actually see in the virtual world here as well. As Garnacho though finds a good turn.
It's a good one. He had
down the left-hand side. Garnacho still going is Garnacho.
No, because he's Casemiro. If it's another one, maybe you go through. But with Casemiro, Varane, those two cards are so strong.
Darlow hooks one forward. Amrabat in towards Martial. McTominay will clear.
He needs to find something from the left side. Something from the left wing. The right wing, there's no space.
Amrabat, crossfield ball, beautiful ball.
Oh, the control.
Looking for Garnacho, but as you said, the control wasn't quite there.
It's almost over. The last one.
It's cleared away, and that should be the last actions of this game. And Orel takes the game 2 goals to 1 against TAKEMAN.
Great comeback. Practically didn't play that match well. Practically he was just waiting behind, trying to make some counterattacks, approaching some mistakes of TAKEMAN with but it was worth it for him, 2 great goals. TAKEMAN starting really strong, but he wasn't able to create something different than only by his own formation.
Yeah, again, a good show of mettle there by Orel to be a goal down quite early on. Manages to recover, manages to get 2 goals, get himself ahead, and then really game manages it. So again, really good performance by Orel. Again, for TAKEMAN, I think he'll be disappointed not to be able to hold on to that lead. But it's a really intriguing game from both standpoints. Again, we saw how early TAKEMAN took the lead, and it looked as though there might have been a bit of a shock on the cards, but then Orel just worked his way back into the game.
I mean, if you are TAKEMAN right now, I think he has the feeling that he has lost the game, and like, I don't know how. Like, he was playing well, but just little detail, little mistakes that your opponent approach. And the truth that we say always with between the players when we are chatting about before a tournament or in a tournament, this is about the highest level in football. Everyone is so good. Everyone knows how to play, how to attack, how put in difficulties your opponent. So you need to approach your chances. If you have three goals, and it's done. But at this stage, you know, the nerves, the decision, the mental games to shoot to the left, to the right, thinking how the goalkeeper will move to the left or to the right. Sometimes it seems like no ideas when to make it possible. But, you know, great move, great result. It's still open. Everything for TAKEMAN, for Lautaro, and for Mestre for the last round. Obviously, Orel will have to say something against Mestre in the last round, but qualify through the world final. To the final, please. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, in terms of the results left now for Orel and TAKEMAN. TAKEMAN, if my maths are right, is now going to go up against Lautaro. Orel has got Mestre in the final console game that we're going to see on the stream before the grand finals. And as Harry rightly pointed out earlier, Mestre is going to need a favour or two here to even think about trying to get into that second spot. Because as you quite rightly said, with 2 wins on the board, that first spot looks to be Orel's to lose. For a lack of
he will need to beat the first in the group by a lot of goals, and he will need to wait the opponent's result in the other game. So it's in a difficult situation, but well, you just need to win your game. And I think playing against Orel will be nice because they both play similar game style. So we'll see. Orel is in a good shape. Mestre has to do their best performance in the tournament if he wants to have chances to qualify. But we'll see. Everything is still open. That's the funny thing for the spectator and the worst thing for the players, because the anxiety to be in the group stage with everything is possible, or you can qualify by goals in case you are tying points, or if you draw or if you win, you are in or you're not. Oh man, as a player's perspective, it's so
that's why we have that's why we have the boffins.
Oh,
Alex.
yeah, for sure.
We have the boffins. They can sort us out.
Speaking of the boffins, gents, we can see exactly what impact that has had on the console group table now. We saw it there just briefly. You can see Orel up there at the top, 6 points. He's had a pretty good group stage. I mean, 2 wins out of 2 is difficult to argue exactly how better you can be compared to that. You guys are right, though. Mestre, TAKEMAN, Lautaro, all giving chase, all still in play of that second knockout stage spot. So make sure you stay tuned, folks, to see later on who is going to be featuring in both of our finals, of course. It's going to be incredibly interesting to see which way that one goes. Question for you, gents, is how difficult is it likely to be for Mestre there at the moment? Wes, let's start with you. To get himself into that knockout stage. Still mathematically possible, but highly improbable, would you say?
Yeah, it falls into that highly improbable but not impossible camp. I mean, again, as we talk about things that need to go, that, as Alex quite rightly pointed out a second ago, there are so many things that have got to fall in your favour that the only thing you really can do at that point is just focus on doing your part, and then where the chips fall is where the chips fall.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and I think it's only fair now that we get a chance to hear from our winner of that last match. It is Orel. He'll be joining us here on the sofa. Let's hear from him, Alex, after that big 3 points and virtually guaranteed to be in the knockout final later on.
Well, we're here with Orel, the winner of the last game. Fantastic comeback after a difficult beginning against TAKEMAN. I think you feel more and more confident with the pass of the game. You will feel more switched to your game style. How was overall the game, the feeling for you?
It was a very tough match against a very good player. TAKEMAN is a great player. The game is not started so good for me, but I'm happy I did it and I made the comeback. I hope I can keep doing it in the next game.
Well, next game you still have one more game to play against Mestre, a tough opponents. How do you face this game? Because it could be a really good preparation for the grand final. Because all the rest of your three opponents still have chances to qualify. How do you prepare the last game? And also the question is, who do you want to have in the final facing you?
I will let you something. My record against Mestre is not so good. I lost against him a few times in a couple of competitions, and I hope I will get the revenge in the next match. And I don't think about a specific player that I want to meet in the finals because they are all top players. And I hope the best will win.
Well, nothing else from my side. Great player. We will see in the grand final later on, but still has to play one more game against the Spanish Mestre. Well, best of luck. Keep going like this. Good shape. See you in next games.